Is this silly joke worth me, f30, breaking up with my boyfriend, m30? Edit to clarify. The title is misleading. The joke itself is not what it's really about, but his reaction afterwards. I've been dating my boyfriend for a year and we've had lots of fun, adventure and love. We have an intense connection, chemistry, but can sometimes become intense in a negative way. We've also had a number of petty fights and arguments during this year. For what it's worth, we also don't fully agree politically, on our worldviews. I'll touch on this in a minor detail in this story. My boyfriend was cleaning the bathroom and I walked in to grab my hairbrush. As I went to grab the brush, he decided to splash me in the face with the running water. I immediately said, "Don't do that. Because I don't like water in my face. I don't like jokes in my face," and I've told him this before. We've had 2 other petty fights pertaining to jokes in my face, but he forgot. For the record, I'm quite a silly person and love to joke around but don't like jokes in my face. He immediately retaliated and started yelling at me, asking why the fuck I was reacting like that, saying I was being over the top, that I can't take a joke, and going as far to say that I'm like woke people you see on social media who flip out and make a big deal about everything. He's right-leaning and I'm left-leaning, BTW. I tried to justify why I reacted like that, but it wound up becoming a very tense moment, so I left and went to a nearby cafe to finish work for the day. He then sent me this text message. "I don't want to be in a relationship where everything is restricted and not allowed. Please, a drop of water in the face. Everyone is doing that. I could even do it to my dad. It's not violent or disrespectful. It's just a fucking dumb joke and not worth creating drama over. I'm sorry that we are facing situations like that, but I can't be sorry for this because it's ridiculous." In further convos he was adamant he wouldn't apologize. I feel so angry and sad, not about the water, but because I feel like my feelings are not valid to him. He also said if I hadn't flipped out from the start he would have reacted calmly and would have apologized in the moment. I don't think that's true. Anyway, do you think this is grounds to break up with him? Am I being over the top? I don't want to be in a relationship where everything is restricted and not allowed. Boy, do you have good news for him. There will be other people out there who respect your boundaries. This man ain't it. Yay, that's fair to break up. It's a simple matter of respect. You guys have other dumb fights anyways. Truly not worth the energy. He is being disrespectful to you. Plus he doesn't seem to be a kind, understanding person. I wouldn't say that the joke itself is enough to break up with him, but rather the way he reacted and treated you afterwards. Also how he refused to apologize. Take care and good luck. Why can't you take a joke? So he's right-leaning in the way where he doesn't believe you have a right to bodily autonomy. I, 28 female, had a panic attack after my husband, 30 male, finished inside me. My husband and I have been discussing the idea of starting a family for quite some time now, and it's been a bit of a rollercoaster for me. Let me give you some context. My husband is absolutely thrilled and ready to dive headfirst into parenthood. He's been excitedly talking about the prospect of having children for a while, and his enthusiasm is both heartwarming and a little overwhelming. On the other hand, I've been on the fence about it. Don't get me wrong. I love my husband dearly, and I can see a beautiful future together with a family. However, I've always had some reservations and fears about becoming a parent. Last night, we decided to take the plunge and try for a baby for the first time. My husband's excitement was infectious, and I wanted to share in his joy and start this journey together. But shortly after our intimate moment, I was hit by a wave of panic and anxiety. It was like a sudden storm of uncertainty, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I might not be ready for this life-altering step. I'm sharing this here because I desperately need advice, reassurance, or even just to hear from someone who's been through a similar situation. Is it normal to have doubts and fears when trying for a baby, even when you love your partner and want to start a family? How do you navigate this emotional turbulence? My husband has been incredibly understanding and supportive, but I can't help feeling like I might be letting him down. I want to be a good partner and potential mother, but I'm struggling with my own insecurities and anxieties. Has anyone here experienced a similar panic attack or moment of doubt during their journey to parenthood? If you seriously had a panic attack, I'd suggest working through this with a therapist. It's okay to not want kids, pregnancy. Here's a hot tip. Literally no one knows how to be a parent. We are all just out here winging it, hoping not to fuck things up. You'll be fine. Panic is normal because this is a huge life change. But it'll all be okay. Sure, it's normal to be anxious and have doubts. Pregnancy is a big deal, and parenthood is an even bigger deal. But if you're having doubts and you're feeling this level of anxiety to the point you're having a panic attack, you need to pump the brakes on trying to start a family and speak to a professional. This way you can work through your thoughts and feelings. Make sure this is what you want. And if you do, then you can be in a happier, healthier frame of mind for once it does happen. Please talk through your worries with a therapist who can help dig up deeper issues. You should speak to a professional therapist to work through these anxieties and to determine whether or not you're ready. My 25F fiancé, 25M, broke up with me and I am 7 months pregnant. Posting on my phone, so forgive me for any errors. To keep things short, my fiancé of 3 years, together for 12 years total, and we decided at the end of last year to start trying for a baby. We were ready. Steady jobs and bought our first house together at 21. A couple months passed and nothing. I found out I was pregnant in April. Ever since, things have been good and he seemed excited. We are having a boy, which is what he wanted. Recently he has been depressed and just explained it as he doesn't know how his life goes up from here. We accomplished everything too fast and he doesn't know what he can do next. He wants to leave everything behind and start a new life. Including me. Last weekend, we talked and he basically said he is no longer happy with me and hasn't been for a year. He wants to break up to see if he will miss me and regret it. He does not know how long he wants this break to be, but I am 7 months pregnant and don't have much time left for him to decide what he wants. I feel like a failure. We are currently sleeping in separate rooms and not really speaking at the moment other than passing by in the kitchen. What do I do? How long do I give him? How could he do this to me when I am in my most vulnerable state? Edit to say we were trying for a baby, we both wanted it. Expect to find out about his new girlfriend sometime this week. Seek legal counsel. Quickly. Get a lawyer. Get your child support and move on. He's abandoning you and your baby. Why would you ever want him back? What if he pulls this shit again with your child and your child now feels his rejection? That will mess up this little human. Protect your child. Don't let him hurt your kid, he's not worth it. Good lucks. So he is going to hurt and destroy you at your most vulnerable time as a test to see if he misses you? That's pretty cold. Someone needs to smack some sense into this man. Do you have contact with his father? Shocked at what my 28M girlfriend, 28F, revealed. Last week my girlfriend of over 2 years confessed that 6 months ago she drove to a former coworker's house while I slept. She was drunk and took my car. We shared it at the time, but it's solely in my name, in the middle of the night to see some dude she used to work with and they kissed goodbye. When I asked why she went over, she claims not to know. I don't know if that means she doesn't remember or if she doesn't want to say. We went through a rough patch during this time, but I would never act on any wild ideas like we all do, had. I think I'm still in shock at the news. It doesn't seem real, to the point that I don't want to believe it. I feel numb and a little dumb that I had no clue this happened so long ago. Had my girlfriend not admitted her actions, I would have never known. She says that's the only thing I didn't know about. I'm not sure what's most disappointing, her drunk driving my car, claiming not to know why she went, or the kiss. I've never dealt with something like this. How do I put myself first? Adults don't just kiss, there is more to it. They just kissed. Yeah, right. Do you honestly believe she just kissed that dude? After driving to his house? Taking your car? In the middle of the night? Come on, man. Is that what we're calling fucking now? She knew why she went, she's just not telling you. Does she drink a lot? Is alcohol the problem? Sure, she didn't bang this guy? Hard to believe she stopped at just a kiss. Does she lie about other stuff?